very big welcome to you as we move into Series 3, Experience 22 of the video series Living Purposefully into Your Very Own Story. And Experience 22 will again be one aspect of how my very own interweaving story or stories rub shoulders with mystery as I'm invited to grow into inner freeing and harmony. And here is the summary. I gave more detail in Experience 21, but here will be another aspect of how this dialogue happens between the tingles and clangs and inklings and nudges within us and the invitations of the mystery of life to move into becoming our very best self. And again, briefly, we all experience various aspects of struggle, pain, and every ill. There are particular aspects of it, like grief. There are more vague aspects, like we have a sense that we need to move from where we are. And in this experience, we're looking at that the first call to move into a new conscious knowing and experience can happen through one of these senses of discomfort. And so we're really zeroing in on this aspect of the epic journeying cycle. How do we know that we have a call beyond our conscious knowing and experience? In the summary, we've named before that epic journeying cycles draw us inwards. And if we can stay with that invitation to move into a call onwards, we'll find gold at the end of the tunnel and fear on the way. So a summary of where we've been in this third series. One way the more than us energy in life invites us to know an epic journeying cycle is about to begin is that we experience a certain sense of inner discomfort. And so that's what Experience 22 is about. How discomfort can be the first step of an invitation to stretch our inner boundaries, not something to shove away into the rejected parts of our life. So here is an image, and I'm inviting you to let the lilies speak to you about senses of discomfort that you've had. And again, Noel Davis has some wisdom for us if we want to think about senses of discomfort. He's given the end of what to do when it comes in the title of his poem. Let the more than invite have its head. And Noel, in this first stanza, describes what I'm saying in different words as the topic for Experience 22. Noel says, "There's the discomfort that will jolt the foundations of our being and clear our dusty minds. The discomfort that's not the herald of a disaster. Sometimes, for years, I've tried to keep it in, with screwed up nose and closed tight lids, till a mysterious query within is, whatever is the matter?" And then Noel gives us a clue about what to do when this happens to us. "When I pause and wait and listen, an inner voice says, 'Let this invite have its head.'" And he goes on, expressing the wisdom. "You see, certain discomforts need their liberty to fulfill their destiny." And now I'm going to read the whole poem for you. let the more than invite have its head. There's the discomfort that will jolt the foundations of our being and clear our dusty minds. The discomfort that's not the herald of a disaster. Sometimes, for years, I've tried to keep it in, with screwed up nose and closed tight lids, till a mysterious query within is, whatever is the matter? When I pause and wait and listen, an inner voice says, let this invite have its head. You see, certain discomforts need their liberty to fulfill their destiny. So, a summary of Experience 22. There are inner invitations to become consciously aware of senses of inner discomfort. And these senses of inner discomfort are generally the first step to the beginning of a new epic journeying cycle in our lives. And so I'm providing a little more information. Which discomforts are an invitation to embrace another epic journeying cycle? Well, my first note is a discomfort that is a sense deep in our being. Old patterns have a certain sense of comfort. At the same time, there is a sense of an inner push to change. And now I'm giving an example out of my own experience. So, something happened when I was 10, and I took on, and I loved doing it because it felt good. I took on responsibility for everything. And then, when I was 44, I had a dream in which it was pointed out to me with help. The invitation in the dream was that I hadn't played. Being responsible was out of balance. Everything was responsible. And so, when I found that out, I had an inner push to change. My second note is, as well as the push-pull noted above, there is a sense of conflict in our desires. And I am saying about that experience that I just said, going into being responsible was so automatic that I had to really, really struggle to relax and have some fun without being responsible. Then this inner push to take action persists, even though the action is not clear yet. Well, because the revelation was in a dream, mine was pretty clear from the beginning. I still had to work at it. And another point is that there's an inherent fear of embracing the new change. It was a great battle for me to actually step out of being responsible into being what felt like very irresponsible, to play. And my last point about when you would know that it's a time to move, that there are resistances within us about moving into the new. And these resistances, for me, came up in the forms of, you're not being responsible. Imagine it. So that's a list of possible ways in which you could know when you need to move and accept an invitation to move into an epic journeying cycle. So I'm inviting you and giving you a little time now to allow a time of inner discomfort that you experienced either in your inner world or your outer world, and to let it reveal its function for you. There'll be a minute and a 20-second gong before the end. And so we all have this sense of discomfort at some stage. So the movement today to allow your emotional intelligence to have a say will be a listing of supportive qualities that help all of us, not all of them at the same time, but one of them at this time may help you when you're in your sense of discomfort. So now I'm moving into an opportunity to allow your emotional intelligence to present to you a supportive quality for that event that you were just thinking about, or one that's current for you now, or for in the future. If you'd like to stand, I invite you to breathe in deeply a few times. Breathe in slowly. See the air circulating through your body, and then breathe out slowly. And do this a few times. And when you've come to a quiet inner place, you may like to release the question, what would I like more of? And out of this list, allow one of the phrases that has more energy to stay and hold it. If one comes up early, like the first or the second or the third, hold it and let the others just float past. Caring embrace, being reached, compassion, receiving love, opening, I am enough, remembering who I am, there is love for all, inclusivity, nurturing, I am loved, I am connected, sense of sharing, I am touched. And if none of them have gathered energy for you, take the last one, I am touched, or the first one, caring embrace, and if a different word comes for you of what would give you support when you have a sense of discomfort, allow it to be your phrase. And now, let the phrase resonate in your being, and as it resonates in your being, let your body take up a movement to express the feelings. And let the word and the movement become one. And when you're ready, allow the movement to take more attention and to exaggerate itself, using length and breadth and height and depth, and gentleness and flow, and maybe not so gentle. And when the time is right for you, come to a pose that encapsulates what you felt as that movement was happening. And now I'm giving you a brief time to put the pose and the phrase in your sensory memory. And you can hold it there, and it can be called back as often and as regularly as you need. And I'm suggesting to you that for the next few days you could begin your day with this phrase and pose, and it would enhance the support you have for the discomfort that's existing for you or has existed in the past. And then there's a strategy here that you can repeat when you feel that you need support because a sense of discomfort has arisen. So where have we been in this Series 3? Experience 21 was of opening ourselves to becoming more aware of who I am in my skin. And Experience 22 that we've just done is about recognising inner invitations to embrace the call onwards. And experience 23 will move on. It's an invitation to us to become more aware of the moment to actually move into action. And so I thank you for being a part of Experience 22 in this series, Experience Living Purposefully into Your Very Own Story.